What is up, guys? In today's video I want to talk about some Spirit Shackle Decidueye gameplay, just go over some of the mechanics, explain how I play this Pokemon, because Decidueye is very strong right now. It's a very strong Pokemon. It only suffers against certain Pokemon like maybe Talonflame, right? It struggles against Zoroark. Those are the only real problems, but besides that, you've ever noticed if you play like a mage or something and you're up against a Spirit Shackle Decidueye who's hitting those arrows, you're gonna struggle very hard. It does so much damage from far away, it's very hard to actually play against it. And that's why we see this Pokemon also being played in tournaments a lot, because it just deals incredible amounts of damage very safely as well. But of course it needs kind of protection, a bit of protection at least. Otherwise, like if you have 4 attackers on your team, just don't pick a Decidueye as your 5th attacker. That's all. For 8 items, you play Muscle Band, Attack Weight, and Floatstone. Floatstone is actually active during your charging up of Spirit Shackle. It's quite nice. We don't auto-attack a lot, so Scope Lens doesn't really make a lot of sense. Rapid Fire Scarf doesn't really make a lot of sense. Muscle Band is just for some early game auto-attacking clear. And then the attack rate is there for Spirit Shackle to do a lot more damage. And I say it as well, don't tunnel vision on getting attack rate stacks. Either they're going to happen or they don't. I think it's one of the best tips I have for this Pokemon as well. Don't just go out of your way to try and get your stacks in. It will either come naturally or it won't, right? And if you are winning by a bit and you get 1 or 2 attack rate stacks in, you're just going to snowball the game much harder. But I just wouldn't, especially if you are jungling, like I do in this game, just don't go for stacking too hard. Because auto-attacking early game, our auto-attacks are okay. Thanks to Red Buff. The Red Buff is actually quite strong, of course. It slows on basic attacking. So we're actually able to get some knockouts right there. Pretty good early game. Again, I could have went for a stack right here. But if I go for a stack, then I'm very late to my blue buff and it's going to delay my level 7 a tiny bit. I want to be for this blue buff ready. I want a 2 red buff. I want to be level 7 and then fight the mid-Altaria fight. And that's why I didn't go for some stacks right there. So if I get the Spy Toy and I get red buff, I'm going to be easily level 7, and then we can contest the mid-Altaria farm, which is a lot of experience as well. And after level 7, we finally get to start playing the game, like, seriously. Before level 7, of course, it's quite a weak of a Pokemon, but now we are actually very strong, very fast. I'll look for Spirit Shackle right here onto the mid, trying to hit as many things as possible. Enemy team is just more here, so gotta be a bit careful. Trying at the Spirit Shackle. This one I actually missed. Now I have to be a bit careful. Like, I always have to keep my max distance, otherwise if I get jumped on, I can be dead instantly. Here I'm just trying to guess where my opponents go, and you can notice that I hit a Spirit Shackle first because you see there's an arrow on the ground. So how that happens is if you max range Spirit Shackle, now if you charge up your Spirit Shackle, right, there's like a gauge that fills up, and if you reach that gauge, if you hit someone with that, it's also the max damage it can do. But there you can see there's like a line on the Spirit Shackle charging up. They also leave like an arrow on the ground, and if they step out of the circle, they get slowed and also take damage. Also good indicator to know if you hit someone, and you can also hear sound when you hit someone as well. We're trying to be patient on our aiming right here. Oh, Umbreon, we have to be very careful as well. Just try to step away. And you can see I don't really go in auto-attack range much. I just try to stay max range. Wait for my next Spirit Shackle, take some farm, but here we can walk up now, Shadow Sneak. Try to get the guy. He takes so much damage on the Ice Spear that we almost go down. Actually crazy. And now we actually do go down in the end. I got one more Spirit Shackle out on Umbreon, so hopefully the Umbreon gets taken down as well. But yeah, I mean, we are very squishy, right? If we take an entire Ice Spear. I thought I could get the Glaceon there, but sadly not. Shadow Sneak is also great, of course, tool. I would always play Shadow Sneak in this build. It just scouts out your opponents and also reduces defense stats, so your Spirit Shackle does even more damage. And it can almost like one-shot enemy attacker Pokemon very easily. I'm gonna take another blue buff right here. I'm gonna head towards Spot Path. And here I just do a random Shadow Sneak and the Cinder Haze goes down from it. Trying to stay on max range. Spirit Shackle is being shot instantly, followed up with a Knock Knock. It's also a good way of winning a team fight. If you hit like a 2 or 3 man Spirit Shackle, you can instantly Knock Knock and just start bursting down your opponents, have the eject button away from this guy, and we hit another nice Spirit Shackle max range onto the Urshifu. Also good, like a good way of playing this Pokemon is that, you know, if the enemies don't see you, they don't know where it's coming from, right? If the opponents see you, they might be able to sidestep it, and then you have to kind of predict where your opponent is going, but often they will not see your Spirit Shackle because it has so much range, they can't even see it's coming. That's why this Pokemon is actually so insane. Here we finally get our first stack, and I'm quite happy about this one. And now since I scored, I'm gonna be like, maybe I can go for another one, but it's still quite risky right now, because I'm level 11, and if I go down right here, it could be quite risky. I'm gonna score 1 point. And Shadow Sneak gives us some move speed, so can always peel away with it. And then we just try to stay at max distance now again. Gonna recall and head towards defending top path. But we're doing pretty good right now. Already level 11. And we have 2 stacks now, which increase our damage by a lot. You can see the Cinder Ace right here. Max range Spirit Shackle. This Pokemon also does more damage the further opponents are away. Another Spirit Shackle, and Cinder Ace doesn't really have us on the screen either, because we're so far away, which means he can't even see it really coming. This amazing part about Spirit Shackle as well, because it zooms out your camera, which means you get so much more vision than your opponents, right? Because by this, you actually see your opponents can't see you, which makes Spirit Shackle even more ridiculous. And guys, this is why I'm hunting down the Decidueyes. They're way too strong of a Pokemon. So I'll try to auto-attack right here, but you can see even a level 9 Urshifu, 1 or 3 Surging Strikes, I'm at half HP instantly. So I had to waste my eject button there. Maybe I shouldn't have walked up to him. I was hoping that he wasn't even fighting me because I had red buff on and my teammate was close, right? But he still went for it. We always use Shadow Sneak to make sure we don't face check into bushes. I'm turning with the Cinderace right here. This time he missed. Tried to predict this movement. I thought he's gonna try and dodge it after seeing my Spirit Checker coming, but he didn't try to dodge it. Yeah, before you face check into a bush, just use Shadow Sneak, and Shadow Sneak is gonna go whatever targets in there, and you are very safe. So it's a very nice defensive tool as well. Shadow Sneak gives you move speed, it decreases enemy defense stats, it gives you vision on someone that's in a tall grass, so you always know if someone is around. If it doesn't go anywhere, no one is around, and you're very safe, right? Very good indicator of knowing it. And again, going to the next team fight now. Gonna try to Shadow Sneak right here to see if anyone's in the bush, but no one is around. I'm gonna see the Glaceon. I thought my Spirit Check is going to connect, and this was the Spirit Shackle into Knock Knock I was talking about. I just missed my Shadow Sneak though, so I missed my Spirit Checker. Shadow Sneak the Sableye. We just try to do some quick Spirit Checkers right here, but they're sadly not quite in range. You can also just, a lot of times, just do a quick Spirit Checker, right? You don't always have to fully charge it up, especially when someone is very low. And in front of you, you can do a very quick Spirit Checker, and it still is going to do a lot of damage as well. I'm going to look for level 14, 15 right here. We still have the top Regieleki spawning now, so I might want to consider going for that. Someone took my Rip Buff as well, so I can't go for this one. Now we're going to head towards top path. And going through this bush is also quite scary already. I'm going to stay at max range again. Going to Spirit Check the Urshifu. And I'm just going to take it out of the tall grass right here, so I might be more safe. Another Spirit Check into Shadow Sneak. Now we just do some basic attacking. There's the quick Spirit Checker to just finish off the Urshifu. Problem is the goal is at 18 points right now. So this Regieleki is actually going to defend the goal, just defeat the goal and do nothing else, so it's a bit sad. Another Shadow Sneak is going to land on the Glaceon. Spirit Check is charged up, but he actually gets stunned. Eject button away from the Sableye, and we hit another Spirit Shackle onto him and snipe him down. Already 12 or 13 KOs right now, so pretty good Spirit Check in the Decidueye game so far. At this point in the game, I have 45 seconds to go. I'm very confident because we have top NEDs and the birds up that I can actually get level 15. So my goal right now is to get to level 15. Because then my damage is just going to be absolutely insane. My Spirit Checker might just one-shot the Cinderace almost completely. Here we go, Rep Buff taken. And we're so close to 15. I don't know if the Cinderace needs to Unite Move right now, so I'm kind of debating if I should even go for this, because my Cinderace needs to Unite Move up. But level 15 would just be so huge, right? So in the end, we just barely can't make it. I'm going to Shadow Sneak again, see if someone is around, walk up a tiny bit, and you're kind of safe. Like, if your Shadow Sneak doesn't scout anyone out, you don't have to be too afraid. Sableye is going to score 40 points on top. That's okay. I'm going to try to Spirit Check. The Cinderace right here is going absolutely crazy right now. And Spirit Checker taken down. Shadow Sneak scouted him out as well. And at this point, I just want to kill the Glaceon. I'm going to go for Knock Knock right here. Knock Knock in the last team fight is alright. You got to be very careful because you obviously stand right, and we get 15 from it. Another insane Spirit Checker lands on 2, and 4 people are down. Just be patient on aiming them as well. Always wait for it to maybe pass, like if you have time to pass. But this was actually, I was saying in my stream, like, it's only Sableye, what can he do? And then he ports 3 of my allies back to base. Again, a quick Spirit Checker right here with some basic attacking against a single target that can't really go for me much right now. I'm going to burst down the Rayquaza, which is also quite scary. And actually got bursted on so fast here. I was quite surprised. I tried to Spirit Checker it, but it just went completely down. And yeah, you can see you do auto-attack at time sometimes, but yeah, your main damage will always just be Spirit Checker, Spirit Checker, Spirit Checker, Shadow Sneak, scout someone out. And yeah. Like, if someone is like this, of course, we can start basic attacking a lot as well. I think Rayquaza scoring as the Decidueye is almost impossible, so just look for more KOs. Right, here another Spirit Check is going to land. Taking on the Sableye, now we can scout our teammates towards the enemy base. But yeah. I mean, if you want to play the Decidueye, always try to look at maybe team comms for you. Right, like let's say you have like a Snorlax or something, or a Slowbro on your team already, someone picked a healer Pokemon, then you can just go for the Decidueye pretty safely, and you're gonna have a lot of success on this Pokemon. It is very strong right now, and I do think it's actually maybe a bit too strong sometimes. Like, the Spirit Checker damage is ridiculous as you saw in this game. And it's gonna be for the game. We actually ended the game on 21 KOs for the Decidueye, which, I mean, I think is pretty good. That was a very good game. It's just 21 KOs. I think we also had around like 12 assists or something. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, don't forget to like and subscribe.